Welcome to the day 2 of the 21-day posture challenge. Today we will be talking about the concept of triple S. This is a concept that I learned from Lara Heiman, my yoga teacher. Lara is the creator and the founder of the Lit Yoga method that I teach. She's a yoga teacher and a physiotherapist. And the 3 S's that we refer to here are the skull, the scapula, and the sacrum. So skull, really here we refer to the back of our head. Scapula are our shoulder blades, the triangular bones at the back, our back of the ribs. And sacrum, it's this fused bone right above our tailbone. It's part of the pelvis. So the idea is that these 3 S's should really always be aligned. And let's see what I mean by that. So we'll start on the ground, on the floor or your mat. It's easiest to feel this alignment. So come down onto your back, bend the knees, soles of the feet are on the floor. Feet are about hip width apart. And let's bring our attention first to our skull. So lift your head, tuck the chin in just a little bit to lengthen the back of the neck and then lower the head down onto the floor. Now the back of your skull is nicely aligned. Next, we'll pick up our chest, lift the back off the floor, slide the shoulder blades towards each other, and then place your back down onto the ground. You'll feel the scapula, the shoulder blades, nicely sitting against the floor. And finally, let's pick up the pelvis, or your hips, off the floor, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, and then lower your pelvis down on the ground. And you should feel the sacrum, again, that fused bone right above the tailbone, nicely sitting flat against the floor. You shouldn't feel the bottom end of it closer to the tailbone or the top end of it closer to your low back, pushing more into the ground. Bring the arms down by your sides if they're not there already. Just take a moment to notice how this feels. Take 2 deep breaths. Good. So try to remember this feeling, the alignment in your body. And now we'll get up. So make your way up and find a clear spot against the wall. I took one of the parts of this picture so that I can come up against the wall, and we'll try to find the same alignment there. You want to bring your feet relatively close to the wall, but not all the way quite to it because you need some space for your booty. So we'll lean up against the wall and then place the back of your head against the wall. Again, lightly pulling in the chin so the back of the neck is long. Draw the shoulder blades slightly towards each other until the front of the chest is nice and open. Feel the shoulder blades against the wall. And then most likely you'll need to soften the knees. Turn the pelvis so the tailbone is facing down towards the ground. You'll feel this slight engagement in the front of your pelvis, your abdominals, low abdominals. And then you might be able to feel your sacrum against the floor, the wall. This is going to depend on the size of your booty. So no worries if you don't feel it, but really think about that tailbone lengthening down towards the floor. Then take a moment here again, take a couple of deep breaths, just notice how this feels. Are you having to really focus on opening the chest? You have a tendency to lift the chin. Did you really have to bend your knees a lot? Good, and let's step away from the wall now. So try to keep this alignment as you shift yourself forward and then start to walk. And this might feel very robotic, like you are stuck in this position and you can't really freely move. And yes, it's going to feel like that at first if you're not already nicely aligned, if your triple S is not aligned by nature or your habits. For most of us, it isn't. We've lost that throughout our life for various reasons. But this robotic feeling is not going to last forever. So the more we train our body to keep the triple S aligned, the freer the movement is going to get. So it's not going to last forever. So your challenge for today is to pay attention to your triple S throughout the day. So when you're walking, you're sitting, you're bending down to pick up something off the floor, when you're moving, running, whatever you're planning on doing today, just notice what your habits are, what you tend to do, and if you can, remind yourself to come back into that nice triple S alignment. So have fun with it, and I'll see you tomorrow for a short flow where we'll reinforce this concept in a short sequence. See you then.